go blind when the light wedges reflected. See through you, see through you, I see through you, I see through you. You dirty tricks, you make me sick. I see through you, I see through you. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do right. Son, it ain't right. I'm gonna do right. Come on. If you make sure you're connected, the writing's on the wall. But if your mind's neglected, stumble you might fall. Stumble you might fall. Stumble you might fall. Ain't gonna go blind. I'm gonna get myself.
So get yourself connected right here at TAN Talk Radio in Clearwater, Florida. Hello out there. This is your community station. Stay connected. We have a great show today for you. You're listening to the Shrink and Wrap Show. My name is Tracy, and we welcome you. I've got my wraps here, and I have Juno there scratching to get in. I have DJ Ed, and I have my shrinks ready for the show today. And welcome to our show. So who are we? Shrink and Wrap. Shrink and Wrap is we have licensed therapists. We have about 5 therapists that we rotate. Mostly Rowena's been on. And so she's going to be on today. She's going to be talking about the term being mindful. Okay. So I look forward to the segment because I think that's something that everybody knows about, but we forget about.
Definitely.
So stay tuned. Don't change that dial at 106.1. Stay tuned to us right here. So again, we have licensed therapists and we have our wraps. And our wraps are my friends who give their point of view of topics. Hello. Thank you.
Hi.
Our suggestions.
And Ed keeps us on track. Our DJ here, he helps us and keeps me on track. And thank you so much for all that. So a few notes before we get started in today's show. And one more thing that's very, very important. The lyrics. So when we play songs like I did that song right there, that is called Connected. And it's by Stereo MCs. And so that's a great, great song. If you listen to the lyrics, stay connected. And I feel like sometimes if you're not, you play that song and it reminds you to stay connected because I definitely think it is a balance of happiness. And on this show, and for all of you that are not familiar with my show, we've tried to find a balance of love. And this show is sponsored by love, by the way. Everybody that comes on here, they donate their time from our community, from my friends. And this has been going on for 2 years to local businesses and people. We share experiences to make our community better. Again, this is your community station at TAN Talk Radio right here in Clearwater, Florida. So definitely listen to the songs that I play from beginning to the end. We start off with our shrink. I do have a few announcements before we get our shrink Rowena on. And my announcements are, number one, thank you to my sponsor, who, but sponsor is everybody. And we're so grateful for everyone that's been on the show from the beginning. Again, remember, it is suggestions and opinions. I also would like to wish your daughter a very happy birthday last week. And also congratulations on her new baby.
Oh, yeah, congratulations.
Yes, Ellie is 3 weeks old today.
Aww.
Yeah, we're
nice.
so
3
lucky.
weeks already?
3 weeks
I know.
already.
Wow.
It was just yesterday.
Yeah. Is it
Tell that
right?
to Haley.
Yes, and they have such a beautiful video. We'll share that sometime. Maybe we can get her come on, and maybe she can share her experience of being a new mother, or and share that with our listeners out there in the Shrink and Wrap Show. So, and I also would like to congratulate my niece. Brianna just had a baby last night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
Congratulations.
we're very excited about that.
They grow quick.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's just crazy. So,
She had the baby, girl or boy?
a little boy.
Aww.
So he's really so. I have it. It's just very, very fresh. This is fresh, like hot off the press. So,
Yeah.
so
Exciting
we're excited.
times.
Yeah. So we're excited about that. And then also, I want to thank Anna last week for coming in. Anna last night was
Anna
a
was
guest.
awesome.
I haven't had a
Yeah.
chance to thank her for coming in. We enjoyed her company. So Anna, if you're listening, thank you for coming in. She's added to our rap list. So I also want to give a shout out to California Pizza. Have y'all ever been to California Pizza
California Pizza Kitchen.
Kitchen?
Oh, kitchen. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that is in International Mall.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You forget about that place, but I got to tell you, whoever the chef there,
Mm.
and this is
They're
not paid
good.
advertising. There's nothing on here paid. Just to let y'all know, this is like community networking.
Mhm.
If you're in the area, but it was fresh, the customer service was amazing. You forget about it. It's in the mall.
Yeah.
Listen, ladies, if you're doing some speed shopping, or
Mhm.
gentlemen, and or if you
Mhm.
need to pick a quick dinner up,
Yeah.
you could shop. And pick
Good
up
to know.
pizza.
I had forgot. Yeah.
Well, it's not on Bay Street, so it's not like on Restaurant
Oh,
Row.
okay,
You know, it's
okay.
down in the mall. So
Oh,
you
wow.
kind of forget about
Okay. I
it.
got to remember that.
Yeah, and that's the whole thing.
So
like
more
it's-
than pizza, Tracy.
Oh, I had the best macaroni and cheese.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
best. Better than,
Yeah.
I mean, it's pretty darn good. So,
Okay.
anyway, so I just want to remind you all of that. And then also, I want to thank everyone out there that's listening. And today, our topic again is going to be being mindful. And by the way, I do have one more thing. Does it sound like I've had 2 cups of coffee? Because I only had 1. I'm talking really fast.
Like
Possibly.
3 cups.
Well,
3?
that's because
Because I was speeding here.
we rush in here and then bam, the show's here and,
Yeah.
and it's time.
Yeah,
and even
but
though
you
we're
have
ready,
all the electricity going on. Just the girls here today.
But I'm a
That's it.
spaz right now, and I don't want to be a spaz.
Hey, no.
No, you're fine.
All
You're
right,
good.
so I'm going to slow it down.
No, you're good.
I'm going to be mindful
You got to
today.
have that energy. Our listeners need that
Yes.
energy.
Yeah,
I like
well,
it.
it's going, but I can also
Okay.
run them the opposite direction.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I want our listeners to know too that we're not being preachy or motherly. We're just, it's like coming to lunch with us and enjoying our day because you matter and everybody out there matters. So we start off with a Loosen Up song. Ed, what did I pick for the Loosen Up song?
A Stereo MCs?
Well, that was our opening song. So I
Oh,
believe
Loosen
it.
Up.
Loosen Up. Testing you, Ed. I'm testing you.
Let's say Jesus Jones or Jesus Jones.
I'm going to let you say it because when I mess up the names, it's brutal. Can I just say something, DJ Ed? I think it's really good for the artists when we make a mistake on their names. You know why? Turning a negative into a positive.
Mhm.
They get more attention.
Yeah.
And then I make up for it. And then people are curious about it. So I think that they get more airtime for their song when we actually make a mistake with their names.
I think that's a good outlook,
Do you get it?
Tracy. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely covering up us messing up their names.
I think
That's
it's a good little trick because it gives
It's a
them more
little trick.
attention. They don't
Yeah.
realize the
And
positive.
I can't say anything because I never know who the artist is, so it's all good.
But see, I didn't say it this time because I wasn't. So,
I never know.
all right. Ed, take it away.
Well, I don't think it's Jesus
I'm going to go
because
with
it has one of
Jesus.
them little dingly things on top of the U.
Yeah.
Definitely
Well,
Jesus.
because
Jesus.
I'm a C student and I didn't put the little dangling thing because I was rushing this morning.
Yeah.
Jesus
No, I
Jones.
upgraded you to a B student last week. You
Oh,
can't.
that's, I have
You're not a
elevated.
C student anymore.
Thank you. Listen to the lyrics, you raps out there. Here we go.
Woman on the radio talks about revolution when it's already passed by. Bob Dylan didn't this to sing about. You know it feels good to be alive. I was alive and I waited. I was alive and I waited for right here, right now. There is no other place I wanna be. Right here, right now. Watching the world wake up from history.
And right here, right now is where you're going to want to be. Because that, we're going to say it's Jesus Jones. And right here, right now is all about being mindful. And we love that song. This is kind of a retro show because I'm playing some old songs from back in the day. So, but before I get Rowene on really quick, I just want to say, Caden is who we welcomed in last night. I did not mention, I thought that was kind of rude of me that I didn't say welcome little baby Caden. So I definitely
What a great name.
Yeah,
I
isn't that a
love
cool name? C-A-Y-D-E-N.
I love the spelling too. I like when they put a Y instead of an I. Just
Yeah.
makes it unique.
And it's a Y. So
I
we
love
welcome baby Caden
Yeah.
in. So anyway, hi, and look who we have here. Hello, hello. It's Gucci Girl.
Hello, hello.
I was going to say something, but I can't. Sorry. But so Gucci Girl here,
Yeah.
Lorraine. Thank you for
Luann.
coming. Luann, just testing you. Thank you
We
for
just
coming.
call
back.
more attention, so it's
That's what I did on purpose. And see, and I did it on purpose. So Luann, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Last show you were here and you enjoyed the show enough to come back and you're not scared.
Absolutely.
Okay.
We had so much fun.
And we call her Gucci Girl because she has a Gucci car.
That's right.
That's right, because she was mindful when she bought that car.
Yeah.
Totally.
Very
totally.
unique
So
car.
yeah, so
It's so fun.
thank you for being here. And we're going to go back now. We're going to take it back to our shrink number 4, Roween. Roween, are you with us?
I am. How are you
Yes.
today?
We're doing great. Thank you so much for joining in on us, the show today again, as always. And we welcome your expertise. And again, everybody, please know it's suggestions and opinions. And Roween today is being mindful, unlike me today, because I'm rushing. And then it becomes a rude thing, right? So let's talk about being mindful and how that can change people's lives. And as a therapist, what is your take on being mindful?
I mindfulness most all the time. It's so important to be grounded in the present. Depression, it comes about from focusing on the past too much, and anxiety is created by focusing on the future too much.
Mm-hmm.
So being perfectly mindful in the moment, in the present, is beneficial because it helps with emotional regulation, mental clarity, reduces blood pressure, improves sleep, boosts the immune system, and fosters better relationships because it increases empathy and improves communication. Regular mindfulness practice helps us to enhance our focus, our productivity, and our resiliency when handling life challenges.
Roween, excuse me for 1 minute, and I don't mean to interrupt, but we're having a little bit of a rough connection, so I don't mean to interrupt you, but I don't want anyone to miss what you're saying. But on your cell phone, maybe can you, Ed, what does she just need to move
Yeah,
from
maybe
there?
she can find a little better spot to stand in.
Yeah, can you testing 1 2 3 kind of thing? Because I don't want, this is a very, very important topic, and I don't want anyone to
Yeah.
hear. Yeah.
All right, hold on. Let me see if I get some earbuds, if that helps.
Okay. And in the meantime, I'm going to go to a commercial break. It's an infomercial right now that I'm winging it and I'm faking it as we're waiting for you. Okay. So this is a little infomercial while we're waiting for Roween for a good connection, because I want you to be mindful about what you're doing. I've learned this later in my life, and I think this is a term that it'll change your life. And that's why I want Roween to share. And I'm learning as we go along too. But let's be mindful about who we are and how we act and how we present ourselves. And I want to take you over to hsn.com. And let's start there by parents, because hsn.com for all of your beauty needs. This is my infomercial right now. It has got everything for you. If you're looking to better yourself, take care of yourself, because that's where a balance of happiness will come to, is when you care about yourself, inner and outer. So HSN has all your beauty needs. I'm wearing everything Juliana Rancic. I have all kinds of True Hair, Benefit, Nakery, they have,
Beauty Spy.
Beauty Spy is
Absolutely.
amazing. So
Yep.
check out HSN for all your needs, including Tarte for your brows, from your hair to your brows to everything. You can buy all the products. So hsn.com is where you start to feel better and look better. We all wear it here from head to toe.
Yeah, we do.
So anyway, okay, going back to Roween, are you there?
I am here.
Okay, that was my infomercial. I just kind of faked that. So anyway, let's go back to mindful. Sorry to interrupt that. So let's start over. Mindful.
That's okay.
Yeah, it says it's a conscious and being aware of something. So we can be more mindful of the energy we use So take it from there.
Mindfulness is the practice of staying present in a moment, of keeping your mind from wandering to the past or to the future. And that benefits our blood pressure. It gives us better focus, better empathy, more presence of mind. So mindfulness is about grounding in the moment and testing yourself from going forward or backward. It's being present. And mindful breathing is focusing on what you're inhaling and exhaling, eating mindfully so you savor every bite and don't rush through dinner or lunch. It helps with active listening, being aware of what you're saying, avoiding interruptions. How many times are we so busy thinking about what we want to say, we interrupt the person before they're finished?
Guilty.
We all are, though. We all are.
Yeah.
We are to some degree, and that's where mindfulness helps to improve our relationships
Mhm.
and improve how we connect with the world around us. It can be incorporated in meditation and in doing one task at a time rather than in multitasking. The idea that the brain can multitask is actually not factual. Our brain can only do one thing at a time. When it says when we think we are multitasking, our brain is actually doing only one of the things at a time. So whatever else it's focused on is what gets done the best. Everything else kind of pieces miss, and nobody's really good at multitasking, although we all really try to do that.
Rowena, I have a question real quick. Then can you explain
Sure.
polyphasic thought compared to mindfulness?
Polyphasic thought, they are actually very similar, just not everybody knows about polyphasic thought.
That's
But
another show.
polyphasic thought,
Mhm.
Probably another show.
Okay, probably another show.
Yeah.
All right, got
Probably
it.
another
We'll stay
show,
on
okay.
mindfulness. I got you.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's a little different.
Okay,
But
got you. I just need to know it's different. Got you.
Yeah.
Okay, we're
It's
good.
different
Yeah.
because mindfulness in multitasking, polyphasic thought comes in with multitasking because we do one thing at a time.
Got it.
Mindfulness is focusing on the one thing at a time we're doing.
Learn something every day.
There you go.
Yeah.
See, now
Okay.
that brings it together for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, poly means many thoughts.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Poly means many thoughts and doing many things at once, but you do them sequentially. You don't ever do them all at the same time.
Uh-huh. Got you.
And so mindfulness helps you to be present and focused on the one thing that you're doing.
Okay, there you go.
And deep breathing and focusing on your breathing helps you stay mindful about what you're doing in the moment.
All right, breathe in and breathe out,
And we need
everybody.
to practice this.
Breathe in,
Breathe
breathe
in.
out.
But see if you can breathe all the way into your stomach.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
many of us, especially women, we are taught to reverse breathe, hold our stomach in
Mm-hmm.
while we chest breathe. And that is not a full breath. So a full mindful breath is breathing all the way into your abdomen and then breathing out and letting your abdomen, your belly button collapse back towards your spine.
And
That
counting the seconds matters too, right? Janice and I were
Well,
talking about this earlier.
Yeah, the thing that happens with counting the seconds, especially if you have a very busy mind, you're neuroatypical, have a lot of things going on, then mindfulness helps with the focus. And counting helps with the focus because it gives your mind something to do while you're focusing on the breath.
Right. I was looking for this app, Rowene. I just want to share with everybody. And Janice, you were talking about one too earlier. But this one I saw while I was doing my homework on being mindful. It actually, it says breathe in and there's a dot. And you breathe in while the dot's going up.
Oh, I like that.
And then you exhale when the dot's going down.
So you have a visual to time you.
And it is about 7 to 8 seconds going up and going down. And I need that because I can't count and hold my breath at the same time. It cuts my oxygen off. So anyway, all right, back to you, Rowene. So just sharing that to help people. And also, Detective Jay is showing me this too. There is an app called Mindfulness Coach. I think that's pretty cool to share with everybody. Okay.
And it's a free app.
This is our opinion from the rap. So go ahead and give us your professional opinion. Oh, yeah.
Rowene, isn't social media like caused a lot of all this, right? Because I even notice when my husband and I are sitting and watching TV and I'll pick up my phone and I'll start scrolling through Facebook or I'll start, it's like I'm watching TV, but I'm also doing that because now my mind doesn't know to be mindful anymore because there are so many distractions and other things that, that get our attention.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why my social media scrolling has trained our brain to look for the stimulus that quickly. And part of mindfulness is untraining our brain from that.
What about doing something you have to just concentrate on in full, completely? Like
you have to put your phone away, like out of the room.
Yeah. Put your phone away, out of your hands, away from you, because the habits, the subconscious mind runs on habits. And all of our habits happen automatically. And we want to reduce that, and mindfulness reduces the automatic happening.
Yep.
Whether it's the mind going to focus on 5 things at once, the various sounds, whatever is going on to distract us in our world. And so we are in a place in history where we have to practice the mindfulness so we can retrain our minds to be calm and to be focused and to find peace. Having a gratitude practice is very helpful in staying mindful. And mindfulness reduces stress and anxiety, boosts our emotional well-being, and it has to be made a habit because 95% of what we do in a day, we do on automatic. And it's just what our subconscious tells us to do out of habit, and we follow through. So we need to be training ourselves now to the mindfulness habit rather than the social media and changing things every second.
I'm glad you brought that up and Rowene too, because when I was doing my homework, it says right here, anytime your mind is distracted, to back you up, anytime your mind is distracted and not fully engaged, you're being short with people, you're half listening and you're being rushed, and then it becomes rude because you don't have good time management. And so
you're not really fully listening. You're thinking about what you're going to say next or what you're going to do next or whatever else you need to do.
Well, it's just like talking to somebody and they get a phone call or a text and they start looking at it while you're talking to them.
Right.
Rude.
But Rowene, it doesn't just happen with the phone. It happens like to me with anything. It's being mindful in your day. But there's this question here, and it says lack of time, and you can back this. But why do people struggle with being mindful? It says lack of time here. So time management is kind of imperative and thinking ahead, right?
Yes, time management is important, and the busyness of life. We are trying to get so much done in a day.
We overcommit
because we don't know how to say no.
Right.
To manage our time. And we don't necessarily think that it's beneficial to spend time sitting. We live in a very fast-paced society that is going. And there's no time set aside just to be, just to think, just to ponder the birds and the leaves. So putting green therapy in your daily schedule to practice mindfulness and be present outside can also be very helpful in slowing down everything we're trying to accomplish and creating better peace, less stress, and better relationships.
Everyone just has the same 24 hours in a day. Nobody gets any more. So you have to just choose your time wisely.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yes,
saying.
and
Time management's important.
Time is the one commodity that we can never get more of.
Can't negotiate it.
You can't negotiate it. And
Nope.
you never know. We all have an expiration date. We just don't all know what it is.
And you can't redeem time.
And you can't redeem it. You can't get it back. You
Right.
can't generate more.
That's right.
So, Rowan, from the beginning that you've been here, everything you've said kind of leads to this term, being mindful. You've always said to focus in on the present moment. You've always talked about square breathing. So this is a very, very important part in people's life to really better their own lives and not expect people to change their life. So if you really want to better your life, you want to be mindful. Be mindful how you respond to everything and be mindful of what you're doing to create your own life, really, right? I mean, can I add something, because we're getting down to time, and I want to get this in too. And as you know, for all of you, you're listening to the Shrink or Wrap show, and we're talking about being mindful from one of our licensed therapists, but it says ADHD is being mindful can really help with ADHD, which I totally have. And it's not about me, it's about everybody out there that has it. But one way to help it, help your ADHD is to be mindful, and it really does make a difference. Can you share that as a licensed therapist?
Yeah, one of the things I recently encountered that I love is that people with ADHD have a race car mind with bicycle brakes. And mindfulness helps make stronger brakes. It helps put in the foundation for having brakes that work better on that fast racing mind that goes with having ADHD. So being mindful is one of the very first tools that I have my clients work with who have been diagnosed with ADHD.
Right. So I think that's good to know. Like there's somewhat of a solution.
Well, there's tools. You've got tools that you're giving them.
And there are levels of ADHD. And I think some of us might think we have it, but really that we're just overstimulated with everything going on in the environment, like we talked about.
Right.
Absolutely.
To know that you actually have ADHD, you had to have had a lot of the symptoms before you were 16.
Right.
Yeah.
If you didn't have symptoms before 16, then it's likely caused from the fastness of society, trying to do multitask, do so many things that we think we need to do, but that we might not need to.
Right. So, Rowene, I feel bad. We're already at 3:34, but I definitely want to thank you for that. And for all of you listening to Rowene, listen to what she said, but also do your homework. If you want to better your life, no matter who you are or what you're doing, be mindful. It will really, I wish I would have known this. Rowene, where have you been all my life? I mean, I'm just starting this now in my life, and it really is making a difference. It's helping me get organized. And,
You know what's funny? Probably because of the sessions with Rowene and what she's talked about, but mindfulness was actually one of my New Year's resolutions this year, because I feel like we do all these things, but sometimes we don't even enjoy them because we're not in the moment.
That's right.
Well, even last night I went shopping. I had to be mindful. I'm like, oh my gosh, I already had that. I was going to buy it spontaneously. What you eat? Oh, I need a little more protein, or no, I had too much of that, or no, I didn't get sleep. So being mindful can change your life to live a better life, right, Rowene?
Absolutely. It improves everyone's life to practice it.
Yes.
And I have to go.
Oh, can you give everybody your phone number, please?
Phone number is 813-857-2401.
Yes, thank you so much.
great week and practice your mindfulness.
Oh,
We
I am.
will.
I'm learning. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much
Thank
for that.
you.
We'll talk to you soon, Rowene.
All right.
Have a great day.
Have a
Thanks,
great day.
Rowene.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. So before we go to our main song, that was great. Mindful, that's code word, mindful.
Okay, we're going to practice that.
We're gonna
Every
practice.
time we're together, we're going to practice that.
I've been doing it. It's really making a
Mhm.
difference in my life. And so I'm just sharing it. So speaking of being mindful, I've got, first of all, did anybody watch the iHeartRadio Awards the other night?
I did not.
I think I flipped through it, but I can't say I actually sat there and watched it. No.
Yeah. And what I wanted to say, we're going to listen to Mariah Carey's Make It Happen. And I think part of her secret is being mindful. Let's listen to the main song from Mariah Carey.
More than 3 short years ago, I was abandoned and alone, without a penny to my name. So very young and so afraid, no proper shoes upon my feet. Sometimes I couldn't even eat. I even cried myself to sleep. Still I had to keep on going, never knowing if I could take it, if I would make it through the night. I held on to my faith, I struggled and I prayed, and now I found my way. You believe in yourself and nothing know what you want. You're gonna make it happen, make it happen. And if you're getting on your knees and thanking, he's gonna make it happen, make it happen. You're gonna make it happen. Oh yeah.
So that was Mariah Carey. You can make it happen, but be mindful. And I bet you'll make it happen. And I just want to share this. She was the iHeart Icon Award winner. And I think she definitely deserved that. But what I loved about this too, I kind of tied it in today's show. But last night she said, the other night I kind of watched it and I taped it. Not taped it. What's the term now?
DVR?
DVR'd it. Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
But as a kid, she would listen and dream of being on the airways herself on radio. And she would dream of being on it herself. So she said, hearing one of her songs being played on the radio, she said it never stops being magical to her. So Mariah Carey, we dedicate that song to you and all the years and all the happiness of the songs that you have, because there's some great songs from Mariah Carey. I hope this gets to her through the airways, through the radio at TAN Talk Radio right here on the Shrink and Wrap Show. So cheers to you. That was a great win. So, okay, so let's go to nonprofit. And are you doing good? Any comments right now? Any comments?
I
You have
just
any?
love
Tell her what you told me.
Well, I just think that all the songs you pick are perfect for the theme of each show.
Well, thank
Mhm.
you. And that's why you're one of our raps. So you know you can come here anytime, right? Right? I don't know why anyone wants to come. I'm afraid I scare them away.
And the whole mindfulness stuff
Yeah.
was such a great reminder to just take time for yourself
Mhm.
and also do things so that you are enjoying each moment
Mhm.
of your life.
I
Yep.
appreciate you saying that, because that's what we do here. We want to lift people up. It's our community. We want to
Yeah.
better the community. And it is things that we already know.
Yeah.
That we remind you of. So, and now we're going to remind everybody how to give back with our nonprofit host, Trish. Thank you. And giving back is part of being happy too. So tell us a little bit what you got going on nonprofit.
Okay. Well, this Saturday we have Uncork Tampa, and that's a wine tasting. It's a sip and savor of wines and bubbles from around the globe. It benefits Operation Heartfelt, aimed at providing nutritious meals to children that need them, or children in need. And then March 23rd, which is this Sunday, Luann, in our hometown of Brandon, they're doing the Homestyle Italian Festival and Market in the Kingsway Plaza. And it's a fundraising event benefiting Kitty Corral. It's a local, there'll be local businesses there celebrating community and compassion. So you can eat, shop, and make a difference.
You go wrong there.
There's our station dog.
Station dog.
Say hello.
Juno, I call Ginger and Luna.
He's our little mascot.
Okay, and then April is Autism Awareness Month, so that's next
Awesome.
month.
Uh-huh.
But this Saturday, Motive Music Therapy, Growing on the Spectrum, is hosting Music at the Park, and it's a certified music therapist that's hosting it. And she'll facilitate a music group designed to increase self-expression, communication, and developmental goals. All ages are welcome. It's from 2 to 4 at the Northdale Park.
Nice. Wow.
And then April 12th, 13 Ugly Men presents Derby at the Pier kickoff party. So it's not their Derby party. That's on May 3rd, but it's a kickoff. So you can come in Derby attire or not.
Yeah.
And they're going to be giving away some tickets to their big party. And it's
Nice.
all a fundraising
Fun.
event
Yep,
over at
fundraiser.
the
Fun,
pier.
fun.
Yeah.
Derby is always a fun time.
Yeah.
Yeah, the outfits and the
Isn't
hats.
fun?
The hats.
Yeah, we talked about that a little bit in the
Mhm.
past too. So that's cool. That's good to know.
And one last thing, just mark your calendars. It's July 19th, which is it's coming. It'll come up quick. It seems like it's far away, but Martinis for Moffitt is an event that supports the Moffitt Cancer Center Research Program. And it's a big, fun event. And who doesn't like a martini?
That's
it.
And that's great. And there's a lot of good events come around. I think this is the best time to get out and enjoy your life and add to your life. And in 30 seconds, tell us about the concert that you two did you girls stay out of trouble at the last concert? Where'd you go to?
We went to
Starship?
We went to, well, you mean like a major
Busch Gardens?
concert?
Oh, she didn't go to Starship with me, but
you
we
went to-
did do a fun concert at Katiki.
Yeah, we went to Katiki.
Uh-huh.
We saw like an 80s band, but then we went to Busch Gardens and we saw a Journey tribute band.
There you
For
go.
her birthday.
that was
And
good.
happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, so it was fun, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Concerts, especially those 80 bands, are so fun.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
Well, today's all retro. Most
And
of
the
the songs
tribute
I'm playing today,
bands, most of them are so good.
Yeah.
Really good.
they're
Yeah.
amazing.
Those
So,
tribute bands make me, they give me my fix. For
Yeah.
like when the real band to like
Yes.
get to see the real band.
Yeah.
What's your
but let
favorite
me tell
song?
you, she's a critic because you can take her to see a Journey tribute band and she'll be like, no. Like, I'm like, they're
Yeah.
really good. And she's like,
I'm like what they call
Get
a journey junkie.
I had a good
I'm
friend
proud
that
of
did
it,
a
though.
Journey band,
yeah.
and they were excellent.
So we'll have
very
to have
good.
you come on because I know you know the history of all that. So in one of these
do.
shows, I'm going to have you come on and talk all about the history of a Journey. Let's do that. We'll have fun. I have a Journey show. Okay, switching it over. We're going to switch it over to Detective Jay. She's got some good information on being mindful during spring break. Take it away, Detective Jay.
Well, thank you for that intro there, Tracy. It's good to be with everyone today here. And basically what I wanted to just bring up, and everybody knows kids, we have kids. And your kids say that, I want to go to spring break. You just go, oh my gosh, like, where are you going to go? Imagine that your child wants to travel out of the country.
and they do.
And they do, exactly. So some of the things that I know just from suggestions from my experience, being mindful about your spring breakers out there is, and also kind of from a retired law enforcement point of view and seeing some of the things that have happened out there, we just want to make sure your awareness level is up. Everybody needs to have that awareness level. Just make sure that you know where you're going, you know what you're going to do, and just don't get so excited until you're not paying attention. Okay. Be also something we didn't discuss. I wanted to say scams. A lot of scams out there for spring breakers right now. So you may think you're logging into something or you're getting tickets for something when it's not real and you're putting all your information out there. So be very, very careful about that. The other thing is protect your location. You want to make sure that people know, share your location, get a designated driver, a designated person in your group who knows, let's say my designated Trish, you're my designated person. I'm going to share with you. You're going to know my location. So that's some of it. And something that's so important is when you arrive with your friends, leave with your friends. I always had that motto, always had it with my friends. We used to go to Ybor before Ybor was cool. And we always said that we come together, we are going to leave out together. So it's just another thing that's so important. And, we've all been pretty heartbroken about the young lady that's, I believe, in the Dominican Republic right now that they have not located. Again, go together, leave together. do things that are simple. Take a copy of your passport, just in case you lose your passport. And then you also want to make sure that, talk about your share rides. Make sure you have a picture of the license plate. Make sure that you've Googled where you're going. Maybe you get a friend on the phone, and be sure it's really a share ride. It's the share ride that should be there. You want to make sure you have a little local currency on you. And something should be some common sense. But if you are on a first level condo, Airbnb, whatever it is, be careful, because thieves are very lazy. They just want to be able to look in the glass sliding doors, see the iPod, see the laptop, and just be able to break in and get that. You just have to know that some of the things that are out there that are so important, just be aware of where you're going, and don't just hook up like with somebody you make friends with. Make sure you stay with your group. Important.
I called my niece last night and had some chit chat with her because she's going to Miami, and I had some guidance with that. Yep.
Absolutely, because there's definitely people out there, and I'll just say it, predators.
Yeah.
That are looking for the spring breakers that are coming out there. So mindfulness, you got to remember, my mindfulness where I can't think of anything else is when I'm riding my horse, and when I used to be in a police, unit, and you're going to a call, and that's the only thing you can think about. Get your mindfulness on your spring break and think about it and rehearse it and think about where am I going, and research it. So that's just some of my tips there.
Well, I'd like to add to that. You brought up the case where the girl's missing. It's a travesty.
Yes.
And it's a travesty too, because honestly, there was a lot of drinking involved before. And I think being mindful, if you're going to drink, be mindful about that, because you can be a blackout drunk, you can forget, you don't have your guard up.
Right.
And they can put a drug in your drink.
Right. You have to be very careful with that as well.
Yeah.
So, and again, that goes back to who you're with.
Yeah.
They have to be a strong friend to say, somebody says, no, I'm just going to go with him. I'll be home in 1 hour. No, you're not.
Yeah.
You're not going with that person. You're going to be with me. We're going home. Because what you do is you leave them alone.
Yeah.
So then it's not really, fair to them. And of course, we had our case many years ago with Natalie Holloway in Aruba. Who could forget that, right?
Yeah. Luann, you were a flight attendant. Do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Just going to say that, yes, especially, on layovers, if you're spending some time by yourself or not.
Yes.
One of the things they were always telling us not to do, which we did, but we didn't do, but we were mindful about who you don't tell anyone where your hotel is, what hotel you're staying at.
That's right.
You don't just go into the lobby, go, hey, I'm in room 603, come meet me up there, a little bit. You don't you just make sure that you say it to whoever you're going to say it to that is someone that because people can overhear where you're staying, what your hotel room number is. Also, we had passengers ask us well, what's your layover hotel? Ooh. And we would say to them, I'm sorry, we can't tell you that.
Yeah.
So you bring up a really good point too. Excellent point.
Oh.
Well, I think having it on your luggage too. You don't want to have your phone number on your luggage showing up because in the airport somebody can get that.
Right.
Yeah. Just real quick, Instagram or Facebook, any of that. Just don't post that stuff.
Until
right
after.
there. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yeah. And can I add to what you said, Detective?
Sure.
I know I've got 20 seconds here. I have to say, as a wrap, that I think it's very, very important not to falsely accuse what might be seen out there for that case. I just want to say that. Base things on facts. I know you're not saying anything, but with this missing student, he was the last person with her. And I feel have the facts. A lot of people assume that the last person that she was with, the one that's missing, you don't know that he did. I feel bad because if he's innocent and you've got these people on Instagram assuming that he did something. I what if he didn't? And I just ask that people guide with caution with that.
Right. You have to absolutely. There's going to be videos. There's this world is now video. So you happen to see somebody with the last person doesn't mean that is the last person or what that is the last thing they did.
Yeah. So I just want to say that because I hear a lot of, anyway, for whatever it's worth, open mind till you have the facts based on what's going on. So
Right.
I didn't
when
want
you
you to
did
cut.
that,
I didn't want you to cut her off.
Oh, yeah.
I just had a comment. That's all.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry. No, go ahead. What's your
shut it down.
comment? We're gonna have different
yeah,
code
you
words.
notice that, right?
No,
It's like, whoa.
I feel if you're a parent, you're paying for your kid to go to school. My kid is not going out of the country at 18 or 19 years old
I agree.
because they're going to need you for the money. Okay, if you're going to Mexico or what, heck, even Puerto Rico and the U.S. Virgin Islands, it's 18 to drink down there.
Yeah.
You know, and you're sending them out for the first, well, not the first time, but you're sending them out there in that environment to
The
just
green
go
light.
crazy in
Yeah.
a different country. I mean, God forbid you get in an accident or you
Right.
get hurt. That's one of the scams is the medical bills. You know, they won't let you leave.
And you know, you're absolutely right. And this is something Tracy and I discussed about. The fact is you need to realize you're in another country, that you're not in the United States of America. So no matter what the facts, there was alcohol involved, there was another person involved, you have to take all the facts in. And we, you know, I do understand the United States is involved down there. So, you know, we're praying for the family.
Yeah, it's just terrible. And they're innocent kids. They're down there
Yeah.
drinking, but they do have video of both kids allegedly like vomiting from alcohol.
Mhm.
So that, you know, and I don't know how true, again, this show is suggestions and opinions,
Yeah.
but it is definitely in the spotlight. But on a lighter note, in trying to
Yeah.
focus on the solution is really be mindful. Watch that story if you're a spring breaker. Watch it so it reminds you how to be mindful of your boundary to stay safe out there. That's our own mission.
And be in the present.
Yeah.
Be thinking about I'm right here,
Yeah.
right now, and what's happening.
You know why? Because you matter, and we care at the Shrink and Rapture. We're not
Yeah.
lecturing or mothering, we're just
No.
sharing. So
All suggestions.
yeah. So
Yeah.
on a positive note, we're going
All
to
right.
take it on to Renee. Thank you for your input on that.
Yeah. Thank
you
you,
a lot.
Ed. That
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah, thank you. So let's switch it over to Renee in Tampa Bay. Is she on?
Hi guys.
Hi.
Hi,
How's
Renee.
it going? Thank you.
Happy first day of spring.
Yeah, you're gonna
Happy.
and listen, Renee. You listen to my song after you're done.
I'm going to. I'm
Okay.
going to. Listen, you guys, I have something to add to that safety thing. I was a flight attendant also, Luann, and I really remember the one thing that we used to be driven home, and everything is 2 by 2. If you go to work out at the gym, bring a buddy with you. When you go to your hotel room, and this was something that we practiced. When you go to your hotel room, you have your partner there. You open your door. You leave a crew kit there, and you look behind your curtains and under your bed.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah,
In the
and
shower.
I have to. Yeah,
Yep.
I still do that.
I
and
do too.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
It's one of those things you just never forget. Anyway, on a much funner note, it's spring, and I just thought we'd bring up the spring training is in full swing.
Oh.
So you all need to, and that's what summer here, spring here is all about.
Mhm.
So we had some Philadelphia Phillies spring training, and the Tampa Bay Rays and the Toronto Blue Jays are all in this area. And if you want tickets and you want to know schedules, because they're all in town this weekend, you got to go to MLB.com
Mm-hmm.
and then / and then whatever team it is, spring training, like Rays spring training, Toronto Blue Jays spring training. And you can find out where the games are.
Mm-hmm.
But another thing that's really big that's happening is, and am I speaking too loud to you guys?
No, and no, but we got 2 minutes. Yeah, 2
Okay,
minutes. You're not. You
so
sound perfect.
Another a really fun event that's here every year is the PGA Valspar
Oh,
Championship,
Yeah.
and it
Mhm.
is top pros battling it out. And this is the only stop in Florida of the PGA Tour. So it's at Innisbrook on a Copperhead
Mhm.
course in Palm Harbor, and it started yesterday, but I think it's going through March 23rd.
Mhm.
So on Saturday, though, on the green after the tournament, Jordan Davis will be performing from 7 to 8:30.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know if you guys know concerts. There's not a lot, but the Busch Garden concerts keep proving to be really good, along with the Strawberry Festival when it was here. It's the Wine Fest, and the lineup is Friday night, Joe Nichols,
Mhm.
Saturday, Louis Fonsi,
Mhm.
and Sunday, the Commodores.
Nice.
And
Colors.
then one last thing for the kids, Amalie Arena or not the kids, I'm a kid at heart when it comes to Disney on Ice.
Oh.
And they'll
I'm
be
going.
here. Yes,
With
I know.
Yeah.
I knew you would be going, Trish, with those babies.
That's so sweet. Oh
Yeah.
gosh, Renee, I love. Maybe we can sneak in with Trish and act like
Yeah.
we'll be your Uber drivers. And,
Okay.
yeah, and watch your kids.
Okay,
and-
yeah, maybe.
All right. It's all happy.
Yeah.
Renee,
I know.
thank
Joe-
you so much. We are down to 4 minutes.
Mm.
And thank you so much for
You're
sharing all that
welcome.
and taking us all over Tampa Bay.
Mhm.
I want you to know how much I appreciate you. I appreciate all my raps, all my shrinks, Ed, and all of you that have been part of this show. So again, you're listening to the Shrink and Wrap Show. And before my closing statement, every show I have this. It's a new season and a new reason. So be mindful. Let's listen to Stevie B, Spring Love. Happy spring, everyone. We'll be back here at the Shrink and Wrap Show next week, same time, same place. Have a great week.
I remember when we first started. You came to me and you were broken hearted. I took you in and wiped all your tears away. I gave you loving more than any other gave. Don't you know I'm the one and I love you, girl. I don't care what they say. You know you are my world. Come back home to the one who loves you more and more. So you see that it was me you were searching for. You're searching for.